What a beautiful place to be completely lost. Hello, good morning. It's Phil Thatch and I'm here at the Betty Dunn Nature Center, which is at Fall Creek Falls State Park. And you know, this is a famous state park in Tennessee and I've really never been here. I've been here, but I've never been to the waterfalls. Seems kind of weird, but that is the fact. And I'm trying to figure out how to get to a waterfall called Cane Creek Falls. So I'm just going to have to kind of figure it out. I can definitely hear the creek. The famous waterfall here at Fall Creek Falls State Park is Fall Creek Falls. I think it might be the highest waterfall in Tennessee, over 200 feet, maybe over 250 feet. This one is a little bit bigger. There's a guy I know on Facebook, Rick McCulley, who posted a really awesome photograph of Cane Creek Falls just recently. And I said, hey, I got to go there and give that a shot. Look at this. Look at this bridge that I'm about to go across. I have no idea if I'm going the right way to get to this waterfall, but I might as well check out this awesome bridge. Ooh, it's a little bouncy. I think there's a Cane Creek Falls and a Cane Creek Cascade. And I think that might be the Cascade right there. I don't know. I'm learning as I go. But I have no idea if I'm going the right way to get to the falls. Maybe I should put this camera up and try to figure out the right way. Well, I'm still struggling to find my way around here. There's the bridge I was on up there. And I'm pretty sure that's Cane Creek Cascades right there, which is really awesome. But I want to see Cane Creek Falls. So I'm going to keep on digging. I think it might be down this way. All right, down there, that is Cane Creek Falls. It's just a really short way downstream from Cane Creek Cascades, which are right by that swinging bridge. But I don't want to photograph them from here. I got to figure out how to get down there. Oh, and there's another waterfall, I don't know the name of it, a smaller one that you might be able to see right here. So now the challenge is figuring out how to get down there. There is the nature center down there, and I found a trail that I think is going to take me down to where I need to be. I could have parked a lot closer than I did, but hopefully this trail goes where I want to go. It's well marked, but I don't have we got the 3 different colors of trail marked or blazed on that tree. I think I definitely should have researched this better as I walk along, not having any idea whatsoever if I'm going where I need to go. I'm kind of going away from the falls, and I think this really small creek that I'm walking beside is the one that dumps down that second waterfall I showed you a couple minutes ago. Looks like I'm about to cross a little bridge that's called the R. Mueller Bridge. Trail split just now. There's one labeled Paw Paw Trail and another labeled Cable Trail. Cable Trail was going back in the direction I wanted to go, but look at this thing. There's this cable that I guess you can hold on to as you climb down the side of this mountain. The sun is coming up and starting to creep down the side of the valley, so I don't need to take the long way. I'm putting this camera up and taking the cable trail. The cable trail was a fail. It starts out and the cable's pretty much, you can reach it as you're climbing down except for one spot, and that one spot has some really good roots you can hold on to. And then when you get to that tree right there that's in the middle of the frame, right behind that tree is kind of a drop off that's virtually straight down for about 10 feet, and you can't reach the cable from there. So I made it all the way there, looked at it for a while and decided that discretion was the better part of valor. And I'm going the other way. That is my plan now. Okay, right here is where the trail splits. I tried the cable trail. Now I'm doing the pawpaw trail. Okay, I'm second guessing myself again. I'm gonna go back to the trail that I started on and go across that bridge that's above Cane Creek Cascades. And I think it, even doubling back and going back to it, will get me to the bottom of Cane Creek Falls faster than this pawpaw trail. I think they eventually run into each other. Gosh, I should have researched this better. It is nice being out here in the woods, but I can see that sun creeping further and further down the far bank of the canyon, and that's going to ruin my shot, I have a feeling. But anyway, I've come all the way out here, so I'm going to get there even if the sun's not good when I get there. I'm going to figure out how to get there, and then the next time I come here, I'll have my ducks in a row. We may just have to call this, as my friend Adrian Alford would call it, a recce. Well, hello and good morning. Look, I'm right back where I started at the Betty Dunn Nature Center, hoping to go the right way this time. And I think the other way may have eventually been the right way, but I need the shortest way to get to the bottom of Cane Creek Falls. And I think that's going to involve going around over this bridge over here. And so now it's deja vu all over again as I cross this bridge for the third time today. Once again, that's Cane Creek down below us, and that waterfall is Cane Creek Cascades, and the creek goes down and hangs a sharp right, as you can see, and not too far around that corner is the waterfall that I actually want to photograph. So I don't even know the name of this trail, Lower Loop maybe, but when I came across this bridge the last time, I got to right here at the end and saw the trail going straight up instead of down, and I said, this can't be it. It must be that trail that was to the right. And at that time, I didn't even know exactly where Cane Creek Falls was. But I think if I had come a little further, you can almost see the top of it down there now. All right, now I gotta deal with all these stairs, and I'm already pretty worn out. There was a tufted titmouse just then. I'm taking a break while I'm climbing these stairs to show you this view of the suspension bridge I just crossed, and Betty Dunn Nature Center there in the background, and the Cascades. Okay, so at this point the trail splits, and I've been getting further and further away from where I want to go. And if I go left, it's Fall Creek Falls Woodland Trail, and if I go to the right, it's Fall Creek Falls Gorge Overlook Trail. And I believe that's the way I need to go, and that is kind of pointing us in the general direction of downstream on Cane Creek, which is in the distance off to the right. It's definitely taken me much longer to get to where I want to go than I was hoping today. But the good news is it's supposed to rain later today, and it's starting to get overcast. So the sun that was just starting to creep down into the valley where I want to do my photography is starting to get muffled and muted by the clouds. So the bad news is I'm probably going to make this hike back in a driving rain. So we'll see how that goes. Press on. Okay, I've come to another fork in the trail. I've been hiking for a pretty good ways and finally started going downhill. And now if I continue to the left, I go to Fall Creek Falls, and to the right it says Cane Creek Falls. Now I hope what that means is the bottom of Cane Creek, so I can look at it from the base. That is the location I want to get to today, the base of Cane Creek Falls. Hopefully this takes me there. This is a fail. There's Cane Creek Falls, the waterfall I want to get to the bottom of. There's the other waterfall, which I don't know the name of. I think that little gap right there directly in the center of the screen coming down, that might be the cable trail. I'm not sure. Or the cable trail could be further around. But the bad news is there's no way to get down there from here except for jumping off the cliff, which I'm definitely not going to do that. You can see over in that direction, you can see the you can see the place where I started, and there's right there in the center of the screen is an overlook that I stood and looked off of. You can't quite see the bridge, it's around that way, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get down there because I can't get down that cable trail. That is that's beyond my skill level. I don't want to end up in the hospital just to get a photograph of this falls. Well, I'm going to make lemonade out of these lemons that I served myself, not researching that the only way to get down was the cable trail, and the cable trail is too much for me. So I'm just going to do the best I can from up here at this overlook. I can't really get a clear shot of Cane Creek Falls, which is the falls I actually came for, although I have made a shot or two of it. I'm working mostly on the other waterfall. This is Rockhouse Falls, and I don't have Cane Creek Falls in this shot. This is from that overlook. And the reason I have it set up just like this, well, I think it looks good rule of thirds. And also I have the overlook that's just out of frame to the right, not in this shot. So there's nothing man-made in this shot. And I love the way the pine trees look on the left-hand side of the frame. And here are both of those waterfalls, Rockhouse Falls to the left and Cane Creek Falls on the right. And, you know, I would have liked to have gotten to the bottom, but I'm actually happy with the photographs I was able to make from up here. Maybe one day I'll bring a rope and get to the bottom, but for now I'm happy with these. It has started to sprinkle, as I knew it would. That was in the forecast. The plan was to get here, get to the base of the falls, make photographs of Cane Creek Falls, and get out of here before the rain started. Well, as you know, getting to the base of Cane Creek Falls is beyond my climbing ability, so I had to shoot from another location. But anyway, now that the rain has started, I'm kind of hiking my way back out of here. Back to the beginning, across the suspension bridge and all that. And there is a staircase that takes you down to the bottom of Cane Creek Cascades. At least I think that's where this goes. And even though it's not the waterfall that I wanted to go to the bottom of, and it's got the bridge in the background and probably sky, it's not raining all that hard. So I think I'm going to go down here and make a photo. Why not? You know, I'm kind of disappointed in this place. It's completely awesome, but I can't get to the bottom where I need to go, and that's disappointing to me, so I probably won't come back. I've got this feeling, or if I do, it'll be a long, long time. Maybe 2 or 3 years. So I might as well go ahead and get a photo of this cascade while I'm here. All right, I came down the stairs and I came over here and I skipped across right there, and on top of that boulder, I made a really quick shot. The rain is starting to come down a lot more now, and I had to change lenses on top of that boulder from the 17 to 40 to the 24 to 105 in the rain. That was nerve-wracking, but I did it successfully. This is the photograph that I made in the rain from the top of that boulder I just showed you of Cane Creek Cascades. It came out pretty nice. I was able to get most of the light above the falls out of the shot and have the bridge not be in the shot as well. So I'm kind of okay with the shot. I don't love it, but it'll do. Okay, now I've come much closer to the cascade. I set my tripod up kind of a little ways up this rocky face and made a 17 millimeter, I think a 17 millimeter shot, and I ran over there right by the cascade and made a selfie. I'm very underexposed. Anyway, Fall Creek fails. I was so glad I was able to at least get to the bottom of Cane Creek Cascades so I could make one of these goofy selfies that I like to make so much. And look at this, it's only a 1/4 of a second exposure time, and look how much motion there is in that 1/4 second shot. Pretty pleased with this strangely angled 17 millimeter image. I'm kind of walking down the creek a little bit. Those boulders there or where I was standing when I made my first shot, looking back at Cane Creek Cascades. And right down this way, I don't think I'll be able to get all the way to it. That's the top of Cane Creek Falls. That's how close together they are. Yeah, it's a little too deep to get all the way over there to show you a from the top shot, but there it is. Back to this overlook on the near side, because I wanted to see, I didn't even notice the place that I did my actual photography from when I was over here the first time. But that's it right there in the center of the screen. Just kind of right on the side of that huge cliff. And if you were to fall off that thing, you wouldn't hit water below, you'd hit rocks down at the bottom. But yeah, right over there is where I shot from. It's definitely a better shot from over there than over here. And I'm almost right beside the other waterfall. I made some shots, I guess you've probably already seen them, where I had that waterfall there kind of rule of thirds and hopefully did not have this overlook I'm on in the shot. And somewhere over there, I'm not sure exactly where, is the beyond my skill level cable trail. Well, the rain is getting harder and harder, and I think I'm going to call it a day. I was going to take you down and show you the actual Fall Creek Falls, which is a waterfall I haven't photographed today. This is Fall Creek Falls Lake, which feeds that waterfall, but it's really high. It's like the highest waterfall in Tennessee, but it's not as high flow as Cane Creek Falls is. I think Cane Creek Falls is probably prettier, but it's just raining too much, and I don't want to, I think you have to hike a little ways to get to it. I don't want to hike in this much rain, so I am heading home. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, subscribe, hit the bell, and as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye from rainy Fall Creek Falls State Park. Focus. I wasn't really that thirsty anyway.